Scott Riccardi's Jeopardy winning streak continues. Episode recap. Buckle up, trivia fans. This is the story of a Jeopardy contender who's rewriting the record books. Scott Riccardi, the sharp-minded engineer from Somerville, New Jersey, isn't just winning games, he's building a legacy. On July 22nd, 2025, he secured his 14th consecutive victory, raking in $390,902. And here's the twist. His triumph coincided with what would have been the 89th birthday of the late Alex Trebek, the iconic host whose voice guided generations of viewers. Ken Jennings, the show's modern-day king with 74 wins, paid homage to Trebek with a heartfelt sign-off. Happy birthday, Alex. But here's where it gets controversial. Does Riccardi's streak feel like a fluke, or is he the real deal? Let's break it down. Riccardi isn't just chasing numbers, he's racing against history. Just last season, Adriene stunned everyone with her 15-game streak, though she pocketed $349,600. If Riccardi holds his ground until the July 25 season finale, he'll earn a coveted spot in the 42nd season of Jeopardy, a rare honor for champions who've already conquered the annual tournament. But will he make it? The July 22nd episode gave us a glimpse of both his brilliance and his nerves. Facing off against Paul Ryan, a marketing manager from Massachusetts, and Adriene Holland, a risk control expert from Georgia, Riccardi dominated early. In the first round, he banked $11,600, while his rivals struggled with $3,800 and $3,000. Double Jeopardy saw him climb to $30,000, leaving Holland at $12,400 and Ryan at $9,800. But the real drama unfolded in Final Jeopardy, where the category was languages and history. The clue? A cryptic quote attributed to Holy Roman Emperor Charles V. To God I speak Spanish, to women Italian, to men French, and to my horse this. And this is the part most people miss. While Ryan nailed the answer, German, in Holland guessed English, incorrectly, Riccardi also went with English, but bet conservatively, wagering just $1,999. It was enough to stay ahead with $28,001. Was his cautious bet the smart move, or did it border on luck? Riccardi himself admitted, it sounds completely made up when asked about his streak. Yeah, he's no stranger to variety, claiming he's faced every type of challenge the show could throw at him. But let's get real. What does the future hold for Riccardi? If he wins the remaining games, he'll join Ken Jennings and Amodio as the only champions to return for the next season. That's a big deal, considering most winners bow out after one shot. However, the upcoming Tournament of Champions looms like a shadow. Riccardi, who admits to feeling intimidated by competitors with quiz bowl backgrounds or decades of lived-in knowledge, knows the stakes. I'm worried I'll run into people who've got this stuff built in, he confessed on YouTube. Fair point. After all, can a high school trivia whiz really compete with lifelong scholars? So what do you think? Is Riccardi's strategy of cautious bets and steady play the key to his success? Or is he just riding a lucky streak? And here's the million-dollar question. Should Jeopardy champions be allowed to return for future seasons? Or does it dilute the competition? Share your thoughts below. We're all ears. Meet Scott Riccardi, the 16-day Jeopardy champion from New Jersey. In the Garden State, there's a buzz about a hometown hero who's been dominating the latest season of Jeopardy for 16 consecutive days. Scott Riccardi, a New Jersey native, has become the talk of the town with his impressive winning streak on the beloved quiz show. Riccardi, who describes himself as an unassuming guy, akin to a Nintendo Mii avatar before customization, never expected the level of attention his Jeopardy success would bring. Since his first appearance on July 3rd, he's been featured in local newspapers, celebrated by his alma mater, and even trended in a Today Show article. Raised in South Plainfield and now residing in Somerville, New Jersey, Riccardi holds an engineering degree from Rutgers University. His Jeopardy journey began this month with episodes taped earlier in the spring. Riccardi quickly established himself as a bold competitor, known for his large wagers and lightning-fast buzzer reflexes. As of the latest episode, he's amassed nearly $500,000 in winnings from his 16-day reign. This season marks Jeopardy's 41st year on air and the third with Ken Jennings as host. Jennings, a former champion himself, made headlines in 2004 for his record-breaking 74-game winning streak. He took over hosting duties after the passing of the show's original host, Alex Trebek, in 2020. Riccardi's love for Jeopardy is deeply rooted in his family tradition. It was one of the few shows that brought together multiple generations, from his grandparents to his parents and himself. He's been a fan of Jennings since the host's early days on the show, expressing his joy at seeing Jennings both as a contestant and now as the host. In a recent interview with WNYC's Michael Hill on Morning Edition, Riccardi shared his experience on the show and his strategy for success. When asked about his vast knowledge, Riccardi credited his insatiable curiosity and the role of Wikipedia in his education. He mentioned that his strategy involves targeting daily doubles early in the game, focusing on high-value clues in categories he feels confident about. As for his winnings, Riccardi plans to invest in a marimba, a percussion instrument he's been eager to play since his middle school days. He hopes to reignite his passion for music, which he lost access to after graduation. For more insights into Jeopardy and a chance to engage with Ken Jennings, tune in to all of it on Tuesday, July 29th from noon to 1 p.m. Jennings will discuss his new book of puzzles, the complete connections, and listeners can test their trivia skills live with the host. But here's where it gets controversial. Some viewers have expressed mixed feelings about Riccardi's aggressive betting strategy, questioning whether it's fair to other contestants. What do you think? Is Riccardi's bold approach a stroke of genius or an unfair advantage? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Scott Riccardi's 16-game Jeopardy streak ends, ranking among all-time champs. The journey of Scott Riccardi on Jeopardy has come to an end after an impressive 16-game winning streak. This New Jersey native, who hails from Somerville, faced his final challenge on July 25th, where he was ultimately outmatched by Jonathan Hugendubler, an adjunct professor and trivia enthusiast from Baltimore, Maryland. Riccardi, who graduated from Rutgers University in 2021 and works as an engineer, kicked off his remarkable winning streak on July 3rd. Over the course of these 16 days, he amassed a staggering total of $455,000 in winnings. His performance places him in a tie for the 10th spot for the most consecutive victories in the show's history, while he ranks 8th in terms of total earnings during the regular season, as detailed on the official Jeopardy website. But don't count him out just yet. Riccardi is set to return for the highly anticipated Tournament of Champions later this season. In the final episode of Season 41, Riccardi entered the Final Jeopardy round with a commanding lead, holding $23,600 compared to Hugendubler's $14,000 and Charlotte Cooper's $7,800. The Final Jeopardy clue posed a historical challenge. According to one obituary, in 1935, he owned 13 magazines, 8 radio stations, 2 movie companies, and $56 million in real estate. Unfortunately for Riccardi, he answered incorrectly with "Who is Howard Hughes?" Both Hugendubler and Cooper answered correctly with "Who is William Randolph Hearst?" This twist of fate led to the final scores. Hugendubler at $23,601, Riccardi at $18,600, and Cooper at $15,600. Throughout Season 41, Riccardi stood out as the most successful contestant, securing his place in the upcoming Tournament of Champions scheduled for January. According to the Tournament of Champions tracker, his impressive streak has placed him ahead of 8-time champion Laura Thada on the leaderboard, which began on September 9th, 2024. Notably, 3 other contestants have also reached the 6-game mark this season. When it comes to the record books, Riccardi's 16 consecutive wins place him among the elite in Jeopardy history. Here's a look at the top 10 players with the most consecutive victories. 1. Ken Jennings, 74 wins in 2004. 2. Amy Schneider, 40 wins in 2022. 3. Matt Amodio, 38 wins in 2021. 4. James Holzhauer, 32 wins in 2019. 5. Mateo Roach, 23 wins in 2022. 6. Chris Panullo, 21 wins in 2022. 7. Julia Collins, 20 wins in 2014. 8. Jason Zufraniuri, 19 wins in 2019. 9. David Madden, 19 wins in 2005. 10. Scott Riccardi, 16 wins in 2025, tied with Ryan Long, also 16 wins in 2022. In terms of overall earnings during regular season play, Riccardi's total of $455,000 places him in the top 10 as well. Here's how the top earners stack up. 1. Ken Jennings, $2,520,700 in 2004. James Holzhauer, $2,462,216 in 2019. 3. Matt Amodio, $1,518,600 in 2021. 4. Amy Schneider, $1,382,800 in 2022. 5. Chris Panullo, $748,286 in 2022. 6. Matea Roach, $560,983 in 2022. 7. Jason Zifraniemi, $532,496 in 2019. 8. Scott Riccardi, $455,000 in 2025. 9. David Madden, $430,400 in 2005. 10. Julia Collins, $428,100 in 2014. As we reflect on Riccardi's impressive run, it raises an interesting question. What does it take to become a champion on a show as challenging as Jeopardy? Is it pure knowledge, strategy, or perhaps a bit of luck? We'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Share your opinions in the comments below.